This experience of surprising yourself happens to every improvising musician somewhere in the fairly early stages of learning to play. For me, it happened in my student years in Boston. I would go and sit in at local clubs one or two times a week and played with my own student band a lot. So I was getting a lot of playing in. And I began to notice that every now and then I would be playing along, kind of flowing with the music, enjoying myself, whatever. And all of a sudden I would play a string of notes that I hadn't thought about before I played, that I didn't see coming. Hadn't planned, hadn't ever played them before. It wasn't a familiar lick, as we would say, or phrase. And my first reaction would always be to be startled. Wow, where did that come from? You know, and I would sort of get all panicky, like I lost control here, and that would end it. You know, as soon as I played the phrase and got sort of spooked by it, you know, then I'd go on and play normally again. Well, this would keep happening. At first I thought it was my imagination, maybe. I was just excited and, you know, thought something had happened. But it kept happening, and then I began to, you know, think about it, and I said, okay, a couple of observations. It happens when I'm pretty relaxed and, you know, not having to concentrate too hard on what's going on in the music, and I kind of lose myself in the flow of the playing, and then one of these moments happens. The other thing I noticed that the notes always came out correct, the thing I did play. In fact, it was probably the best thing I played the whole night, was the thing that I played when I, you know, wasn't expecting it to come out. So then my approach began to be, when this happens again, get out of the way. Let's let it keep happening. See if it'll go on. Welcome it. Get comfortable with it. And that's what happens, whether you consciously go through those steps or whether you just kind of get used to it after, you know, it happening so many dozens of times over the months. You get more and more comfortable just letting this instinctive thing take over, and before long it's the way you play. And when I describe that, like in an audience of young musicians, 90% of them will put up their hand and say, yep, that's happened to me. I wondered what the heck it is, but not, you know, yeah, I've been there, this is going on. It happens to all of us. Usually, like I say, at the point where you finally are able to play with some degree of relaxing and don't have to constantly struggle and concentrate on every single thing you're doing, once you reach that stage of fluency, then this is probably going to happen.